In green, we have an equation written in general form. General form is great for finding your y-intercept. Now, if you need to find a vertex, you're going to want to use vertex form, which is in blue. And vertex form, also known as standard form, shows you the vertex. Let's say we start off with this equation written in general form. We're going to do something called completing the square to change it into vertex form. First thing to do is we need to make sure that x squared is by itself. So we're going to divide 2x squared by 2. And while we do that, we're also going to divide the 16x by 2. Now that we've divided by 2, we're going to put a 2 outside the brackets, and we're going to rewrite it as x squared plus 16 divided by 2, which is 8x. And don't forget to bring down the 24, so it's plus 24 equals y. Now this equation is already starting to look more like vertex form, but we're not finished yet. Since we're trying to write what's in brackets as a perfect square, we're going to need to add a third term to it. Find that third term, you're going to take b, which is 8x, and you're going to take the 8 and go 8 divided by 2, and then all of that to the power of 2. So we know 8 times 8 is 64, and 2 times 2 is 4, and we also know that 64 over 4 equals 16. So now we're going to write 16 up. Okay, so now that we've added 16 times 2 to one side, we need to add 16 times 2 to the other side, and we know 16 times 2 is 32. So now we've got y plus 32. So now we can rewrite what's in brackets out as a perfect square, so it'd be x plus 4 to the power of 2, and don't forget to bring the plus 24. And we know all that's equal to y plus 32. Now this is looking very close to vertex form. All we need to do is get y by itself, so we're going to minus 32 on one side and minus 32 on the other side. So now we've got y equals 2, and then in brackets x plus 4 to the power of 2, minus, and that's going to be minus 8. So now that we have it completely written out in vertex form, all we have to do is find the vertex. So this is what vertex form looks like, and we know that the p is going to be the x of the vertex, and the q is going to be the y of the vertex. And it's good to notice that there's x minus p. So we have x plus 4, and to get the plus, it would have to be a negative and a negative, so we know that the x of the vertex is going to be negative 4. And our y is just going to be negative 8 because it's plus q. Okay, so now to see it, what it would look like on a graph, we're going to put down the vertex. So we're going to go negative 4x, so we're going to count negative 4, and then negative 8y, so we're going to count down 8. And that's where our vertex is going to be. Now the cool thing about vertex form is it shows us more than just the vertex. We know that the a of the equation, which in this case is 2, is going to show us the stretch value. And if the stretch value is greater than 0, our parabola is going to open up, and if it's less than 0, it's going to open down. So now we can draw the parabola opening up, and this is not exact, it's just roughly what it would look like if it was on a graph. So we still have that green dot there, which represents our vertex, and the vertex just shows you the maximum or minimum point of the parabola. In this case, it's showing us the minimum because the minimum y can be is negative 8, but if our parabola was to open down, it would be at its maximum point.